really going to be the theme of the debate once again here on India Upfront this evening. Viewers, the scale of the tragedy in Morbi has numbed the nation. Each of us, you, me, are privately mourning the death of dozens of people, including 47 children that deserve to have lived a full life to enjoy the benefits promised to them by politicians in a developed Atmanirbhar Bharat. But sadly, viewers, this is not going to be the case. These children will always be remembered as victims of an India where the state doesn't value their life, where their murderers are shielded because they have made themselves indispensable to the establishment. Viewers, in a democracy, only the people ought to be indispensable to the establishment. No businessman, no wheeler, no dealer, no middleman should be more indispensable than you or I. That's why, viewers, democracies are of the people, by the people, for the people. Democracies, viewers, where only a few control every lever, and that too an elite circle, are usually called oligarchies. Viewers, we don't live in a country where the value of life is measured in worth. If you are a crorepati, doesn't mean that you have any advantages over someone from more modest means when it comes to being judged in the eyes of the law. Otherwise, viewers, our democracy, as I said, would be of crorepatis, by crorepatis, for crorepatis. But this is not the case. And perhaps, viewers, recognizing the need to signal that the Gujarat government has let down the people, the Prime Minister himself today visited the site of the tragedy. At Morbi, he met the grieving families and was talking to those overseeing the rescue operations. He held high-level meetings with the Chief Minister and top officials to ensure that a thorough probe exposes the guilty. That's the message we are being told he has sent out. As Morbi is haunted by this trail of death and devastation, it is imperative to affix accountability, viewers. As of today, it is my misfortune to tell you, only the small fry have been arrested. The question is, why are the big fish still free? The first on the list is the managing director of the firm, which was contracted to carry out the repairs on the century-old bridge. Oreva is the name of that company. Merely 5 days after the bridge was repaired, viewers, it crumbled with 300 people on it. Here's why Jaisukh Bhai Patel has blood on his hands. I will list, viewers, the lapses. The bridge was inaugurated without due clearances. Yet the bridge was opened to earn ticket revenue on Chhat. 12,000 people allowed on the bridge within 5 days. A bridge that can't hold more than 100 people at a time. Now just do the maths, viewers. 12,000 people, 5 days, about 124 hours or so. 300 people on the bridge with a capacity of 125 every moment. That's almost double the number the bridge could hold. Imagine, viewers, you stepping into a lift where it is written on the wall that not more than 6 people can ride, but there are 12 or 15 people in that lift. Minute after minute, trip after trip. What do you think is going to happen? The cables will snap, viewers. That lift, sooner than later, will come crashing down onto the ground, killing people within it. That's exactly what happened to this suspension bridge. Viewers, the repairs by contract, by agreed contract, were to last 1 year. But the bridge was opened in just 7 months. The bridge was inaugurated without municipal officers' clearance. Tickets to the bridge were sold without a serial number. There are a huge number of problems here. Yet this man, Jaisukh Bhai Patel, the owner of Oreva, is missing. 3 days later, he is still untraceable. Times Now visited the office of Oreva. We tried to trace him at his home. We even tracked down his farmhouse, but he was nowhere to be found. Viewers, where is this man? And if he believes that he has no case to answer for, why hasn't he submitted himself today to the public for questioning? Viewers, Times Now told you how Jaisukh Bhai Patel, the owner of Oreva, inaugurated the bridge on 26th October, 5 days before the tragedy. You can see him in those pictures. He's the one who smugly cut the ribbon when he didn't have any of the safety clearances in place. Now we show you how, after the inauguration, he boasted about the quality of repairs on the bridge. Listen to this.
આ જે રિનોવેશન કરેલું છે એ અમારી દ્રષ્ટિએ જે રીતે અમે ટેકનિકલ સ્પેસિફિકેશન અને જે બધું છે એના મુજબ 8 થી 10 વર્ષ સુધી આ બ્રિજને કંઈ નહીં થઈ શકે.
There you heard him, viewers, guaranteeing that this bridge was going to last on pretty much forever. But is the firm which was given the contract solely to blame? Viewers, there will be media houses that will try tonight to shift the blame onto over-exuberant bridge crossers, tourists. There will be media houses that will only focus on this man. There will be media houses, viewers, who will inundate you with other conspiracy theories, not Times Now. We won't just stop at Mr. Patel. Let's show you the faces of those who presided over this tragedy through sins of both omission and, viewers, gross criminal negligence. If they'd just done their due diligence, 135 lives would have been saved. 47 children would be alive. 47 homes would not have been robbed of their life. The Chief Minister of Gujarat, he presided over the tragedy triggered by negligence. Viewers, 3 days on, not even an apology has been made to victims. Not one apology, not one word of sorry. I let you down. Punish me. No, viewers, not even a tweet to that effect. Jagdish Bhai Vishwakarma, Gujarat Minister, Roads and Buildings. Tender for repair given to watch an LED company that had no prior experience in large-scale engineering works. Allowed to build the bridge, inaugurate it without mandatory safety clearances. Sandeep Singh Zala, the CMO of Morbi Municipal Corporation, he allowed the bridge to open sans fitness certificate. No load testing even after the opening of the bridge. Allowed 300 people on the bridge when the capacity was only 100. GP Pandya, District Collector of Morbi, signed an agreement to give repair contract to Oreva. Did he go into the antecedents of this company? This company, viewers, then subcontracts this entire effort to another company. It had to do this because it did not have the technical know-how. Who's going to answer for this, viewers? This oversight. Can we be sure that the contract was not awarded because there was some commission involved? I don't know. These are questions that only a probe, a wide-reaching probe, can guarantee. FIR, however, doesn't contain the names of any of these people, viewers. If it's apparent to us, how is it not apparent to the police? Who is covering up? Who is shielding? Whom? Times now won't rest till each and every one of these faces that we have exposed are made to atone. Yes, viewers, made to atone. Times now confronted the main architects of this bridge to death. Listen to this.
सनी सर बहुत सर जनता जानना चाह रही संदीप सर क्या आपका रिस्पांस था
No
क्यों
comments.
दिया गया
Right now, no comments.
सर was the permission given sir
No comments right now.
sir was the NOC given sir
No comments right now.
sir but this is very important sir 134 people have
Right
lost
now- right
the questions
now,
are being raised on you sir सर कितने अरेस्ट हो गए
9 अरेस्ट हो गए
वो तो कल वाले सर उसके बाद
अभी
सर
आगे उनको रिमांड मिलेगी
मैं
बोलता हूँ इधर
जी जी sir how many people have been there so you are the IG sir it's about the strong steps which are being taken against those people who are culprits sir. What are the actions which are being taken, sir? So just a small response. So what people want to know, sir, 134 people have lost their lives, sir.
Viewers, all these individuals have nothing to say. What can they say? Anything they say will implicate them. But viewers, no one is going out there to arrest them. The question is why? Why? How did the state not know the bridge was opened without clearance? Why were over 300 allowed on a bridge with a capacity of 125? Why was the bridge opened in 7 months instead of the 8 to 12 months it would have taken to do the job to the requirements and conduct all the safety evaluations? What was the haste? Who wanted to make money? Who allowed Oreva to issue tickets without a serial number, overcharge customers, stuff them onto this bridge? Did authorities check the credentials of the subcontractors that Oreva gave this job to? Viewers, these are major questions, and they're at the heart of a fixing accountability. But you can only ask those questions if you single out these people for blame. If the police shows the alacrity to go and question them. I want to open this up tonight, viewers. And I want to ask some basic questions. Mr. Bhatia, the national spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party, is with us. There are others. Susmita Dev, Member of Parliament and national spokesperson of the TMC, is also here with us. Let me begin with you first, Mr. Bhatia and Ms. Dev. Mr. Bhatia, the question is direct. There is not an apology from the Chief Minister. There are no arrests taking place of the owners of the Oreva company, despite the fact that they guaranteed good service. The FIR barely names anyone of any worth. The various ministers, forget about apologizing, have not even issued a show cause. Why, Mr. Bhatia? Why this wide berth? Can you explain to India tonight?
Rahul, first of all, as a representative of the Bharatiya Janata Party, I would offer deepest condolences to all the families that have lost their loved ones. And I must say this with some responsibility. We have seen the Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji also stating very clearly how deeply he is also hurt, just like any other citizen. and to ensure two things. The Prime Minister himself was visiting the site today, and that sends out a very strong message. What are those two things? First, we have to assuage the feelings and the sentiments of the families that have been victim to this tragedy. They want justice be done, and we have to ensure speedy, effective justice is delivered to them. Second, as you rightly said, the perpetrators of crime, they should also get a strong message that they will not be spared and their rightful places behind bars. Now, the Prime Minister, the Home Minister of the country, the Chief Minister of Gujarat, the Home Minister of Gujarat, all have been monitoring the situation. And there was a very, I would say, effective rescue operation that was conducted. But that has been done, and we were able to save 185 human lives due to that operation. We also need to now focus on what? We need to focus on the fact that the FIR was registered promptly, and as a lawyer I can tell you, the first measure to see whether effective action has been taken or not is whether the FIR has been lodged promptly. In this case, within 2 hours. Second, 9 arrests have been done in 24 hours time. And when you say that whether the arrests of senior persons have been also done or not, I must tell you, 2 persons hold managerial positions. Third, you have a very pertinent query, and I must also clarify that doubt. The FIR you said doesn't name anybody. And if there is a big fish, whether action would be taken against that big fish. Let me make it very clear to you. In law, the Honorable Supreme Court in its many verdicts have made it clear that it is not important that an FIR be an encyclopedia and every person has to be named. More important is the fact that investigation is thorough and all perpetrators of crime be booked and then action be taken against them. Now, with the Prime Minister visiting the site, meeting the victims, sends out a clear message. The monitoring is being done directly by the Prime Minister himself, and the Chief Minister is also very active. Thus, no one will be spared.
Mr. Bhatia, I've heard you out from start to finish. The only way to walk the talk, sir, is to act against those that have blood on their hands. I have not heard you say even once that these people that have been named today as the obvious culprits in this act of criminal negligence will be arrested. Why?
Rahul, I think you missed the statement which I made. I said no matter who the person is, nobody is above the law and their place, rightful place is behind bars. That includes every person. But for me, I know my responsibility also as a spokesperson, as a citizen and as a lawyer. For me to name any person right now would itself be not something that a responsible person would do.
Sir,
but
so
Rahul,
you're saying
is it
one second. So, no, 1 second. So you're saying to name Sandeep Singh Zala, municipal corporator, the CMO, you would be betraying your responsibility. I thought, sir, the responsibility is to the people, the victims, not to Mr. Zala and his reputation.
Can I respond?
Let me finish, sir. Or
can I respond?
Or even to the owner, Jaisukh Bhai Patel, who got a contract and then subcontracted the contract, then inaugurates himself the bridge without a completion certificate. Why would it be so difficult to name Jaisukh Bhai Patel?
Rahul, now let me answer you. You are taking certain names, and I am here very responsibly saying that including the names that you are taking, it is the job of the police to take appropriate action after thoroughly investigating the whole issue. There is a fact-finding committee that has been constituted, which was already there on the site. Now, is it not interference when I start taking names? I think the police should be allowed to do their job, and I have full faith in the Chief Minister of the state, in the law and order, machinery that exists, and in the police of the state. And if something is not done, then I can assure you, Bharatiya Janata Party will leave no stone unturned to ensure that all criminals are booked.
As of today, 9 people have been arrested, 2 managers, 2 contractors, father and son team,
Yes.
3 security guards and 2 ticket clerks. Now, sir, if this company, who is run by professional managers, the contractors, the subcontractors, a father and son team are guilty, then it's quite obvious, sir, that the company itself is at fault. And who owns that company? It is Mr. Patel. And why is Mr. Patel on the run? Why can't we find him anywhere? We asked the police, they said he's untraceable. Why hasn't the police found out? Yes. On what basis did his 2 managers, 3 security guards and 2 ticket clerks decide to throw open the bridge? Could they have done so on their own without seeking clearances from him?
Can I respond?
Or has he outsourced his company also to someone else?
Okay. So Rahul, first of all, I am sure you would agree with me that when you say somebody is guilty, it is the courts of the country that pronounce who's guilty and who's not. Prima facie, there is a dubious role of certain persons who are accused right now, who have been arrested. And for a person who is traceable, the police of Gujarat is competent enough to trace that person and then take adequate measures. But for us to give a certain turn to the investigation on times now would not be appropriate. But yes, let me make a very categorical remark. Whether you are the MD of the company, whether you are influential, you are not above the law. And when Shri Narendra Modi ji himself is visiting the site, it is giving a strong message, and the Chief Minister himself is competent to ensure our heart and our support is with the family member of the victim rather than with the perpetrator of crime, and we shall ensure that there is strict action against these criminals and justice is delivered to the family members. I think that is a very categorical statement.
Let me tell you.
Also keeping in mind.
Let me tell you. Viewers, there is a history in this country. There is a history in this country. No, there is a history in this country, viewers, where the top bosses, the owners of companies, either get away scot-free or are allowed to get away. Remember the Bhopal gas tragedy, viewers, 1984. Warren Anderson, the chief of Union Carbide, visited India and then was allowed to leave. Let us never forget that. There have been several others who have exited. Several others. Let me bring in the TMC's Member of Parliament, Sushmita Dev. Sushmita Dev, you've just heard Mr. Bhatia assuring the nation that these culprits, whoever they are, however big they are, will be brought to book. Are you satisfied with this response?
You see, it's very simple. What is involved here is clearly criminal negligence. And I think the fact that Mr. Patel has got the same relief package as Mr. Nirav Modi and Mr. Malia, I think it's a shame for the nation. You see, it's what's the value you put to loss of lives in a tragedy like this is the important question. And I think that where it's an open and shut case of what happened, the fact-finding committee is of no consequence. It's just damage control by the Chief Minister of Gujarat because elections are around the corner. It's a criminal case. There should be an FIR. It is simple that even there is enough prima facie evidence to arrest Mr. Patel or whoever executed this work, the renovation work that was taken place. I mean, to arrest a ticket collector, I mean, what can the ticket collector do? I mean, it's a joke, given that more than 100 people have lost their lives. I mean, at the beginning of the show, I heard what you were saying, and I agree with you that this is clearly a case of direct liability of the company and the owners of the company who have done this. And we have seen in the Upahar case what happened, how many years it took. It should not be like that. It's an open and shut case. People have lost their lives. I mean, what is a fact-finding committee going to do in this? It's a case for an FIR and arrest straight away. Can you blame the guy who sells the ticket, to say, why did you let so many people go? Absolutely not. And with all due respect to the fact that the Prime Minister has visited the site, I have to remind him that there's a lesson in it for him. That don't politicize every tragedy. Today he's at the receiving end. While he's in Gujarat and while his state goes to election in the next few months, a tragedy like this has happened. When he used the tragedy that happened in Bengal to politicize it. We should not.
Mr. Bhatia, would you like to respond to Ms. Dev?
Yes. Oh, I would absolutely like to respond to Ms. Dev. I think the point is being missed because she wants to politicize the issue. And the reason is very simple. Did I say that fact-finding committee would first submit a report and after that action will be taken? Both are operating in different arenas, and according to the Criminal Procedure Code, you register an FIR which was promptly registered within 2 hours. 9 arrests made within 24 hours. And let's not forget the sections. The sections that have been invoked, Rahul. Section 304. First, can I respond? This is not proper, Sushmita ji. Did I interrupt you? Please. Rahul, it is important to know that the sections that have been invoked, Section 304 attracts a sentence of life imprisonment. Life imprisonment. It is a cognizable offence, non-bailable and triable by session. Section 308 also attracts 7 years of imprisonment. And why am I quoting these two sections? Because it shows the intent of the police that there shouldn't be milder charges invoked. These people deserve the strictest of punishment, and therefore these sections have been invoked. And last but not the least, we don't need to learn from a party which has seen criminals like Partha Chatterjee, Abhishek Banerjee, Anubrata Mandal, and even FIRs are not registered in Kolkata, where Honorable Supreme Court and High Court has to intervene even for registration of FIRs in heinous crimes like murders and rapes.
Okay, let's open this up. Okay, quick response, Ms. Dev. Quick response, and I want to open this up further. There are 3 other guests waiting. Yes.
You know, he can try to divert it with Partha Chatterjee because criminals like Suvendu Adhikari are on video taking money. So let's not get that. That's not the point. Don't belittle this grave situation. It is very simple. He's reading out the sections like we are all fools on this show. These sections are for who? The ticket clerk. Mr. Bhatia, who are you fooling? Why aren't you arresting Mr. Patel? I mean, if you are choosing to speak for the Gujarat police and the Gujarat chief minister, then you should be answerable for the fact that it's common sense. You don't even have to be a lawyer like yourself and me to know that it should be the company who supposedly renovated without the due qualifications, who issued this tender.
Okay.
And where is the moral responsibility for it? Okay. The relevant minister should step down. How about that?
Moral responsibility has been abdicated. Yes, Mr. Bhatia, very quick. I want to open this up right after. Yes. Okay.
And you're cleaning the hospital before the Prime Minister goes.
You know, Sushmita ji is a lawyer, and I'm sure that she would agree with me. Why are you missing out on the managers who've been arrested? Is there any bar that future arrests cannot take place? Only 36 or 48 hours have passed. Would you not allow some time to the investigating agency to thoroughly investigate and then arrest others? And I must also tell you, when you invoke certain sections, they are not invoked. Please hear me out, Sushmita ji. I don't know the reason for your impatience. You need to hear me out. I just want to make one more clarification, Rahul. Sections are invoked and then persons are arrested and charges are framed. It's not as if you see a face of a person and then invoke the sections. My point is simple. The sections invoked are very serious, and thus it shows the seriousness with which the police and the government is acting. Thank
But
you.
sir, none of these people who have more than reasonable suspicion have been named in the FIR. That's the point I'm trying to make.
Can I just say one thing?
One second.
I'll
No,
take 5
because
seconds.
I want to
No
open this
difference,
up.
Rahul.
Please,
It
one
makes
second.
Rahul, let
People
me
have
clarify
died.
again.
One
And he's
second.
reading the
clarify.
sections like the
Please.
police is doing someone a favor.
Okay,
Rahul.
one second.
So many people
Let me
have died.
open this up
He's
further,
reading
please.
out the
Please.
sections.
Let's not
Rahul,
speak over each
allow
other.
me to-
He's achieved something.
Okay, let's not
Achieved
speak over
something
each other.
impossible by naming these sections.
Ms. Dev, Mr.
Who are you
Bhatia,
doing a favor to?
please. Let's just without today letting other extraneous issues sidetrack, let's stick to this debate.
Yes,
it's an
thank
important
you.
one. It's an important one. Tehseen Poonawalla is raising his hands. Mr. Deshratan Nigam is also there with us. Tehseen Poonawalla, let me ask you. The BJP has today said, don't politicize this issue. Don't politicize this. It's not as if the opposition here can stand on any moral high ground and lecture us, because just when there have been tragedies in other states, it's not as if either the Prime Minister or the Chief Ministers have gone out there and resigned, etc., etc. How do you respond to Mr. Bhatia when he makes that statement? Mr. Poonawalla.
I think it's a statement of hypocrisy. I think it's a statement of the BJP government, both in the union and in the state, should be extremely embarrassed about themselves. And here's why I'll tell you. You've seen all the top leaders from the opposition from across the country, from Shri Rahul Gandhi ji to Shri Akhilesh Yadav ji to Madam Mamata Banerjee. Nobody has come out and politicized this issue. They've raised valid questions. That's the job of the opposition, but they haven't politicized it. Let me just, before I come to this issue, remind your viewers, on 26/11, where I, Tehseen Poonawalla, lost two of my very close friends, Hemant Karkare and another friend of mine in the attacks, the then Chief Minister of Gujarat was doing a press conference while our NSG was fighting. That is the politicization of the BJP. He went to my friend Hemant Karkare, widow's house with a 1 rupee check. She had asked him to leave. So that is the politicization of the BJP. But let's not get there. I want to take what Sushmita ji said slightly further, and I want to show your viewers a visual. These are the 3 people arrested by the BJP government. These 3 people. If you can pan this in, these are the 3 people arrested. Are they responsible for the 137 odd people dying? These 3 people sitting on the floor, these ticket collectors, are they responsible? Or is it Mr. Patel, who I want to tell your viewers, and I'm saying this, and if I'm wrong,
No, but Mr. Poonawalla, you're not answering the question that Mr. Bhatia posed. He said, and let me be completely dispassionate here. He said there is an investigation going on. No one has said to anybody to protect anybody. Moment the police encounter the evidence, they will file the case, they will make the arrest. Number 1. Number 2, I'm not holding a brief. No, 1 minute. I'm not holding up. I find fault with that, but I'm not holding a brief. I'm just saying this is his defense. Secondly, Mr. Poonawalla, most importantly, he's saying that the opposition can't sit here and lecture us, because if you are expecting the BJP to hold itself to a particular standard, you haven't done so yourself when there have been tragedies, and there have been several tragedies. Should I take you through a list of tragedies in Congress-ruled states in recent times where no action that you are today demanding of the BJP against its own ministers has been taken against your sitting ministers? Very simple. He's making this about hypocrisy. You are responding. Okay. Yes, very quickly, please. I need to go to the others.
Those are hypocritical points. To answer your first question, the so-called SIT investigation. Who is doing this SIT investigation? IAS and IPS officers who respond and report to the same government, the same pathetic government that allowed this bridge to be inaugurated, that allowed people to go on it. What is an IAS and IPS officer going to do? And I say this with respect to them. They are reporting to the government of the day, 27-year Gujarat government. Why couldn't they be done by sitting judge of the Gujarat High Court or the Honorable Supreme Court? Because they want to cover it up, in the same investigation today cannot find Mr. Patel. Are you telling me the 27-year-old Gujarat government under the leadership of the Honorable Prime Minister is so incompetent that in today's day and age they
Quick
can't
response,
find
Mr. Bhatia. Quick response.
Question.
I need to open up. I need to also move on. There's more breaking news coming in. Yes. Ms. Bhatia, quick response, please.
You know, I really didn't want to make this political, but I must play certain facts. When I say the FIR has been registered promptly. What happens in Rajasthan is that when a woman who has been raped comes to even lodge an FIR, it is delayed because there are by-elections, and the Chief Minister says that it is the fault of the woman that she's been raped, and FIRs are not registered. 1984 riots. Should I remind my friend who's a political analyst how 3,000 murders were justified by late Rajiv Gandhi by saying that when a big tree falls, the earth shakes. And if the Congress is so serious, why
moral
was
elasticity,
Gandhi
moral elasticity,
attending a rally in Himachal Pradesh?
Okay, moral elasticity is the charge. Now, viewers, 1 minute. Let me bring in Deshratan Nigam. Mr. Deshratan Nigam, you've heard Mr. Bhatia. I've been asking him question after question on why there is a presumption that certain individuals are perhaps being shielded. How do you respond?
Rahul, in fact, when such kind of incidents take place, then what happens? A prompt FIR has to be registered, and they are generally registered against unknown people. And as the investigations go on, the names of the people get unearthed and they are arrested. So in this case, the entire chain of events has to be built up, right from the, from ticket sellers to the owner of the company have to be arrested. Now, owner of the company, I believe, has gone underground. I am sure police must be doing raids and they must be frantically searching for them. So it is a common practice to, when such kind of incidents take place, accidents, railway accidents, when an FIR is registered, it is registered against an unknown people. And the charges can be brought in fact, further severe
So the government is only following due process. Okay, Mr. Ashutosh, Mr. Ashutosh, quick response to Mr. Deshratan. Yes. Due process is being followed, have no apprehension. Both the Prime Minister and the spokesperson of the BJP and other ministers have promised that no one will be spared. Yeah. Go ahead, Mr. Ashutosh.
Now, who we are trying to fool, I think we are not trying to fool anybody. We are trying to fool ourselves.
Okay.
The fact of the matter is this man, Jaiswant Patel, was so powerful that he opened bridge without fitness certificate, and municipality has no guts to stop him. That shows that he has a clear-cut political patronage in Ahmedabad or Gandhinagar. Without that, no private citizen has guts to arrogate himself or herself to this extent. Do you think that he will be arrested? No way. Do you think those municipality people will be arrested? The municipal commissioner will be arrested? No way. What was the municipal commissioner doing when this bridge was opened without fitness certificate? Was he sleeping? Is it not a criminal negligence? Should he not be suspended at least? If he had promptly acted upon, probably so many lives would have been saved. He did not.
Okay.
So who are these people? These viewers, you are arresting, security guard you are arresting.
Viewers, whichever side of this debate you're on.
This is nothing.
Can I respond?
No, 1 second. Whichever side of the debate you're on.
30 seconds.
Okay, 30 seconds, no more, sir. I need to move on. Yes. Go ahead.
Yes. You know, for a journalist to come on Times Now and on your show to say that X will not be arrested, Y will not be arrested, I'm sure it could happen that Ashutosh ji would be apologizing on your program when adequate action is taken. Rahul, so never make irresponsible statements.
Okay, so let me say this, viewers. Let me say this, viewers. Let me say this, viewers.
This fellow should be shamed. He's a shameless fellow.
Okay, let's not make this. No, let's not get personal with each other, and let's not resort to unparliamentary language. He's only saying that. Okay, sir, please, let's not make this personal. Look, viewers, let me just say one thing. The only thing that we should be making personal here is about justice and who is punished. No, 1 second. Yes. 1 second. The test will be for the BJP. And viewers, they call themselves a party with a difference. So they have to hold themselves to different standards. And therefore, the test will be if and when the big fish are arrested and tried for murder. Morbi is a murder. That's why Times Now has been calling it a murder. There's no other way of looking at it. Mr. Bhatia here has staked the reputation of the BJP, and he is saying that action will be taken. We'll give them a day or so, viewers, but we'll keep asking the questions. We will keep asking this question, and we will wait also for the report. I need to move on, viewers, because there is a massive controversy raging.